No man do they call me. My mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Hey everybody, No Man here, and this is the latest entry in my bad writing prompt series. If you need an explanation of what's going on, there's a link in the description. In brief, I asked you all to give me terrible story ideas, and I have to make them into something enjoyable for you to listen to. You all voted and decided that I should write a story about a friendly Necron who decides to join the machine cult. Okay, you're the boss. You got it. So, here we go. The last of the Atsu.
I am known as Knossos of the Atsu dynasty, the last of my kind as far as I know. The fall of my dynasty is a long, slow, tedious ordeal. The Atsu once stood proud among their peers in the wake of the war that tore the heavens asunder. But the winds of fate still blow, even through the void, and our fortunes soured. 1,000 broken alliances, 1,000 acts of madness, 1,000 regrets. It may seem an insultingly short account of my dynasty, but I don't care to dwell on the memories of what has long since passed. I have been told that I am somewhat unique amongst my kind in this viewpoint. Regardless, I haven't seen another Atsu for centuries after the final betrayal in the Grand Council chambers of Anupra. Thanks to a timely warning, I managed to escape in a small vessel and evade detection. For a long time I drifted in the void. Centuries, the humans would say. You may ask, why did you not set a course? Was your ship damaged? Did you remain in the void for safety? The truth is, I gave no thought to any of these questions. I simply drifted on the inertia of my vessel through the void because I had nowhere to go. No dynasty in which to seek asylum. No pledging myself to a new overlord. Instead, I simply waited. It is something we Necrons have become quite adept at. I pondered my situation, and I decided to allow fate to simply take its course. As I drifted, would I be pulled into the orbit of some star or black hole? Would I end up on some desolate, lifeless moon? Would I be discovered by one of the primitive races? Would I pass uneventfully from one end of the galaxy to the other without incident over the next million years or so? I simply allowed my ship to drift, cloaked, and then see where fate saw fit to drop me. It was actually quite peaceful, a kind of relief from the endless courtly squabbles and politics. Silence brought me great calm. But in the void there was also a loneliness that seemed to ache in the heart that I did not have. An odd feeling, since I held no fondness for my compatriots. Rivals and allies of convenience, all of them. But still, having only myself in the void, nothingness seemed to be the worst companion. For the past few decades I have been amusing myself by watching a nearby star. It glows brighter and brighter with each passing month. I'll be fascinated to see if I pass close enough to be pulled into its orbit. Or perhaps I will simply crash into the anarchic ball of plasma. One can only hope. How fascinating. The planets of this system are numerous. Gas giants with dozens of moons. Many more terrestrial planets in the interior. A peculiar planet seems to be drawing nearer and nearer these past few days. From my viewport, it looks like a dead, lifeless rock. No water to be seen anywhere, though there is a thick, inky atmosphere. However, when I see the dark side of the planet, it is illuminated with many lights. Cities, civilization, life. Interesting. My curiosity gets the better of me as I succumb to using my instruments. Will my trajectory intersect with this planet? Ah, it appears so. How delightful. Now I shall gather my things and prepare for impact. Perhaps I shall even survive. It is all in fate's hands now.
My Magos, there have been sightings of a meteor streaking through the sky towards the northern wastes.
Your ocular unit must be faulty. Scanners detect no object in our orbit large enough to survive our atmosphere and impact on the surface.
It is unlikely that the entire platoon of Scutari accompanying me were also malfunctioning. Their reports match mine in every detail.
Very well. You will lead an expedition into the wastes and report your findings.
I am alive. My vessel mostly survived the crash intact. We designed our ships to fight the gods themselves. Surviving a crash seems a simple matter by comparison. Some of my more delicate instruments are damaged, but most of my personal effects survive. I step out of my vessel for the first time in centuries.
The impact site should only be 3 clicks away. We should make visual contact once we crest this ridge.
The tech priest and his Scutari entourage continued their climb. The northern wastes were an abysmal place for machines. Wind and dust brought about mechanical failures and faulty sensor readings and 1,000 other headaches for the Mechanicus. As Brother Fracti and his Scutari reached the top of the rocky outcropping, they could see down, and before them was a dark object embedded into the rock. The crater from the impact spread out at least a click from the center. They descended down the rough slope towards the edge of the crater. A gust of wind picked up, and Brother Fracti swore an oath and said a benediction of warding against grinding joints. Dust blew all around the tech priest and his bodyguards. When the wind finally died down, a figure emerged from the dust. Tall, dark, and ominous. The Scutari leveled their galvanic rifles.
Identify yourself or be destroyed.
Gnosis came into full view of Brother Fracti, his long cloak billowing dramatically in the winds of the wastes. As soon as Brother Fracti saw him, he leveled his Omniscion axe at the stranger.
The subject is identified as Xenos, beginning the rituals of destruction.
The galvanic rifles of the Scutari fired again and again, but they harmlessly passed through the Necron. It was a mere projection.
I may be a mad fool, but I know better than to come out and speak to you in person. Primitives are so prone to violence. I've always found this to be a much easier way to start conversations.
Where are you hiding, Xenos?
Well, honestly, I could be anywhere. I disassembled my ship's cloaking device and attached it to myself. Suffice to say, I'm not too far away. Close enough to get a good look at you and your men.
What do you want, Abomination?
There. That's a much better question. Quite frankly, human, I am tired. I am very, very tired. I am tired of wars. I am tired of schemes. I am even tired of sleep. Long, deathless sleep. And I want to change.
In the Omnissiah's name, state your purpose.
Purpose? I suppose I have no purpose. Who is this Omnissiah? Your Pharaoh? Your Lord?
The Omnissiah guides us in all things, in pursuit of knowledge and perfection through strength of steel. We serve the machine god in all things and keep his children functional and their spirits appeased.
Ah, you've disposed of your fleshy forms in exchange for the power and knowledge promised you by your god. How delightfully relatable. Perhaps it is the will of the Omnissiah that I am here now.
Enough talk, Xenos. Wherever you are, we are taking your ship, and its secrets will belong to the Mechanicus.
Tell you what. I will deactivate my ship's defenses, likely sparing the lives of you and your servants, and I will give you whatever information you want in exchange for one thing.
I don't make deals with Xenos or abominations.
Not even when it's an offer that you can't refuse?
Are you threatening me, Xenos?
No. You are threatening me. I am trying to help. Let me make you an offer that is simply too good to refuse. I will share my knowledge with you, and you and your kind protect me as one of your own. Certainly my wisdom and technology would appease your Omnissiah.
Brother Fracti says nothing, but draws forth his Vox unit as the winds and dust settle down a little.
Magos Antiquus, we have made contact with a Xenos, and it wishes to speak with you. He claims he wants to help. No, I have not been huffing the incense again.
Excellent. Wonderful. It appears we are making progress in our negotiations.
No man do they call me. And you've heard this bit already in this video. If you enjoyed the video, like and comment below. Did I manage to make an acceptable story out of the prompt? Did I fail? Let me know down in the comment section below. I will also link to the other bad prompt stories in the description below, or you can click on the link that's appearing on screen right now. Thank you all very much for listening. No Man out.